Alright, let's give Sunday's Daily Puzzle on chess.com a shot. This one's called Seeing Through the Matrix. It's black to move. Give the video a pause and try it yourself if you feel like it. Okay, I mean, initial instinct is definitely to go here. Just first look at the puzzle. The king only has one move if I do that. But I feel like that move is at least worth investigating. I feel like if you can get your queen touching the king, it's usually a good thing. So I kind of have a feeling that's not going to be the move because it is the most obvious and it's Sunday. I don't think I can do anything to the king here. I don't have a single check. Well, I do. But... oh, okay. Yeah, but there's a lot of different... okay, let's investigate this line. Here forces this. Here, pawn could push. I feel like okay, takes. Yeah, that doesn't work. I really have a feeling it's not going to be this, but I do feel like okay, wait. Let's keep going there. Here, here, pawn push, here, bishop blocks. Like there's just so many lines inside of this line. I hate this. I hate calculating this. I also have a discovered attack wherever I move this knight to my rook. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, so if I go here, the king only has one move. It's here, and then my rook can come in. That should win the queen at the very least, right? What's the material count? Oh, but if I move my knight, my queen is hanging. All right, but what is the material count? Am I down a rook? I'm down a rook. He has two bishops. I have two knights. I have one rook. He has two. So this is a check, discovered check. Forces the king here because my knight's protected. This square is taken. This square is taken by my knight. So king has to go here. So here discovered check forces this check, and then the king has two moves. If it went here, get my queen out of trouble. If it goes here, I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So I don't know if I like that. If I go here, king here, are there any other moves that are interesting? Like this is a check. I don't really like that either. All right, how about just this? Probably not, right? The rook is hanging currently. There's so much going on in this position, dude. This is awful. I don't have any idea what I'm going to do. Seeing Through the Matrix is the name of the puzzle, and we are definitely decoding a pretty complex thing here. This rook is just straight up hanging. So I could take that at any point. Is it just going to be a material thing? I imagine there must be a mate here somewhere. If I'm just deciding how to win the most material here, this is going to be a very, very hard time. All right. It feels like if I'm going to make a checkmate happen, I don't want the king sneaking out in this direction. Which makes me feel like this move is nice. But I already investigated that and didn't really see what I was doing. Because once the king gets here, my knights can't attack it. I feel like there's got to be a knight sacrifice or something. So here, this is a check, which is at least interesting. How do I get to the king on this square? And I have to take away this square too. So like my queen can't do it, it feels like. Here. There's some weird sacrifice in here. I don't know where it is. It could even be my queen. Here. I mean, if I just immediately take the rook, that's going to open up my king a lot, right? Queen takes looks bad. But it's not bad because then I can check the king. Is it just going to be winning pieces? It feels like it could just be winning pieces, which is scary. Like that brings like a whole nother realm of figuring out this puzzle into the matrix here. But like if I take this, no matter what takes, queen or rook, I have this on the next move. And I'll be able to win whatever piece is here, protected by my queen. Like this scary? This is so hard to catch. If this is the move, I hate this puzzle. And it's totally reasonable. Like if this is what I'm expected to calculate in the position, that's so hard. Because puzzles are usually like some hyper-aggressive move. Like, I don't know. Like this is just like a sensible move, which just feels ridiculous for a puzzle, which is hilarious. So if I take, like say the queen were to take, it looks horrifying, but then I just have this move, which is a discovered check on the king. I'm attacking the queen with two pieces. I'm going to win a bunch of material there. So I think I can win both rooks. Looks good to me because I don't really see a checkmate. Take, or maybe, I mean, if nothing has to take back. So then there's like other lines to consider. Like what if this happens is scary. I still have this. Oh God, this is a nightmare, dude. There's some, like, The candidate moves here there's so many. There's so many good looking moves. Like this looks really good. This discovered check is definitely worth investigating at the very least. Like, do I want to move this knight somewhere? I hadn't really considered this. So the king, if the king goes here, is there any way? Like it just looks better if my knight's here to coordinate with my rook, but then my queen can't get to here, and it also kind of feels important that my queen has access to the square. So I really hadn't considered this line too much. Let's give this a try. Again, the king is forced here if I go there. I can bring my queen in, but then like the pawn push looks stupid. And I feel like if the king gets to the back rank, it looks pretty safe back there. I don't like that. Alright, I'm 10 minutes into this puzzle. I don't have a lot more effort for this. It's been cool to think about. Calculating this position has been fun. There's a lot going on. I don't think I see this. I don't want to spend much more than 10 minutes thinking about this. I kind of just want to see the line. I feel like it's got to be a knight move. That's my instinct. I'm going to take a stab. I'm going to go here. No. Okay. Is it this? Okay, it's not a knight move. I mean, it could be a knight move still. Is it this? It's not that. Is it this? No. Okay, it's not any of the things that I was thinking about. So that makes me feel okay about it. Is it... Like, this is a check. Wow. I didn't think about that at all. And I mean, it's a check. It's definitely something I should have thought about. But that's... And now... So now, like, these moves are starting to look pretty good. Do I sack the pawn? Okay. And... So, I mean, eventually I can take this. So if I take, the king has to go here. I don't know why that would be beneficial, though. It doesn't look good. So check there. Pawn takes. Queen here. King here. Is this working? So knight here would force the pawn to take, right? Yeah, the king is trapped. And then I would have this. The king would be forced here. Rook check. King would have two moves. Queen here. Is there a mate there? I don't see it. I feel like this must be the line. No? Okay. So what is it now then? This puzzle is crazy. Oh, okay, pawn takes is possible. That's mate. Oh my god. That's filthy. Just not a line I considered. That was cool though. I think I get it. Those are all forcing moves, right? Let me look at that again. All right, let's run it back. Alright, I just made a little video recap of this puzzle and realized that I kind of missed the main point when I was cutting up the video. So there's a ton happening in this puzzle. A lot of lines to consider. You've got discovered attacks. If you move your knight, you can like attack this rook. This rook is just hanging straight up. You're down a rook in the puzzle. But like if either of these pieces take back, you're going to be able to win that piece. Your queen can immediately deliver this check, which looks really powerful, but the king goes here, and there's just not really a way to attack it after that. You got this check with the knight, and this is actually the first move in the puzzle, and understanding why is what I was struggling with. And the reason is that the pawn has to take back. If the pawn doesn't take back, the king only has one legal move. It's here, and this is just checkmate immediately. So the pawn absolutely has to take this. And understanding why this is useful is sort of difficult to understand, but after the pawn takes back, your pawn here has the ability to take this whenever, right? If you keep giving checks, your pawn now has the ability to move, which it doesn't in this current position. So after you go here, you can then sneak in with your queen, and all of a sudden there's this geometry where your queen's taking away all the squares from the king, and if your pawn ever goes here, it's going to take away this square. So this square is kind of a huge problem in the puzzle. So you go here first, pawn takes, and you don't take back immediately, you keep giving checks. You bring your queen in, and that's going to force the king onto the square. Now the king is trapped, right? So now you're going to sacrifice your knight, which again is like a very difficult move to find, but after you see the meaning of the puzzle, the reasons why this exists, it makes sense, because now this pawn moves out of the way, your queen has the king completely trapped, and your pawn can take, and this is checkmate. So it's a mate in 4, and if it was just these moves that you could see on the board, it wouldn't have been insanely difficult, but there were just so many candidate moves. There was so much to think about that was so overwhelming, and that's why the puzzle was difficult, but very cool line. It was a cool line. But I didn't get there. I gave up eventually, but cool one. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.